I'm going to skip past this because I think you're probably familiar with a lot of this research. So I did want to touch on welfare reform and the child benefit thing that was announced this week. The problem with child benefit cuts, I mean there's so many, but first of all, don't be fooled. This is an ideological move against the idea of universal benefit. So it's been talked about in the press as an idea of let's help the poorest. Child benefit was put in place as a universal benefit for a reason. It's a social investment. It's a national investment in the well-being of children. It's not meant to be. It wasn't meant to be a benefit, for the poorest. So there's that move. I asked Maria Miller at the Tory Party conference, I've just come back, whether or not it was by necessity or ideology. She said it was necessity. So I said, so why are you going to bring in the marriage tax benefit, marriage tax relief, which is going to cost exactly the same as the money they're going to save cutting child benefit? It's not true that it is just necessity. There are political choices going on. We need to make political arguments and not be afraid to do that. What are we doing? Very briefly, we're trying to hold the government to account on the gender equality duty, as is, I know, many other organisations. I've talked about that. We're also trying to raise awareness of the links between these economics decisions and women's equality, and this is really important for local work. Women's rights is often discussed over here, economic policy over here. No. Women's rights need to be central to any discussion on economic policy. After the crash in Iceland, it's a very right-wing country. Do you know what they did there? The Minister of Finance convened a cabinet subcommittee just looking at women at the deficit, because it's culturally different, because they understand you can't look at the economy if you're a good policy maker, even if you don't believe in equality, without considering gender links. But the other thing we're doing, we're working with a range of organisations, Oxfam Women's Resource Centre, WNC, Institute of Fiscal Studies, trade unions, to come up with new policy ideas. We can't just sit and moan. We can't just say, no, stop. We have to come up with new policy ideas and different ways of doing this. Because if it is a choice, we have to say, no, this is the alternative. This is what you can do, and you need to do the same at a local level. So those are the three things we're doing. What you can do lots of things, but just in terms of what we're doing, of course, join force if you're not a member anyway. I'm sure you're doing stuff with your local council. I'd raise the gender equality duty while it's still there. I think it's very important. You can refer to our JR. We've had some very interesting feedback from around the country. People have been doing that, including Scotland and Northern Ireland, where national organisations are using that with their national governments, and that's really making a difference. Write to your MP, hold them to account, and send us case studies. But I want to conclude on one thing. If there's one thing we all should do, which has been a challenge for Fawcett as a non-party political organisation, we must call a spade a spade. We must speak our truth very, very clearly and call this what this is. The big society is a cover for regressive economic policies and a belief, not a belief, but a set of beliefs that women have a certain role, and we must speak the truth and say that's what it is, as women's equality campaigners and other groups. Thank you very much.